Athletes now have limited access to the stadium. The DHA signed an agreement with NALIS and early childhood care centers in Tobago to be regularized.
InfoUpdate,
bringing you the latest news, views and reviews,
along with responses,
comments and events
affecting you.
Brought to you by the Information Division of the Tobago House of Assembly.
Arrangements are in place to ensure athletes have access to certain parts of the Dwight Yorke Stadium. The Secretary in the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport, Huey Cadet, says after a meeting with the Minister of Sport, there was a tour of the facility and the Occupational Safety and Health Authority agreed to open up parts of the stadium.
The external football field or the training ground, the east car park, the training, the warm-up track, and we are waiting some finalization on the timelines for access for training on the internal track and the football field itself.
Mr. Cadet says the new arrangement in place ensures that athletes are not unduly inconvenienced.
In order to facilitate, of course, and restrict access and ensure a degree of comfort for the persons who will be accessing the external facilities, portable toilets and tents will have been placed on the outside to allow those athletes who will be training in preparation for CRIFTA and any other meet to therefore utilize these facilities without having to access the building.
Staying with news outside the division, Mr. Cadet is promising that the services offered at the new Scarborough Library will remain at the highest standards. Dwight Chambers has that story.
Officials at the division signed a memorandum of understanding with the National Library and Information Services, NALIS. The MOU outlines the relationship between NALIS and THA for the operations of library services in Tobago.
Coordination and the collaboration for the recruitment of library personnel for the Tobago Library Services, facilitate the training of library personnel assigned to Tobago Library Services, provide support for the institutional strengthening of the libraries under the THA, including those in the schools, our community libraries, and of course libraries at other agencies, including the library at the chamber.
The agreement also covers other areas.
Of course, provide guidelines and set standards for the efficient operation of Tobago Library Services, arrange for the provision of educational, advisory and informational services for the libraries of the THA.
Mr. Cadet says the arrangement will also facilitate future planning. I'm Dwight Chambers for InfoUpdate.
And the Education Secretary also provided an update on the transfer of the management of early childhood education centers in Tobago from the Ministry of Education to the Tobago House of Assembly. Umadara Mills has those details.
Under the current arrangement, the Tobago House of Assembly is responsible for areas like repairs, support and some supervision, while the ministry pays salaries. But Mr. Cadet says this formula needs to be reviewed because the salaries of early childhood caregivers in Tobago aren't on par with those in Trinidad.
We also, of course, have begun a process of rationalization of all the early childhood centers in terms of their staff, because it is our intention for the salaries at the end of April that the new terms and conditions that are similar to those that have been paid at the national level, that the staff at the early childhood centers, the government and government assisted, will begin to receive those salaries at the end of April.
He said reform is needed and the Tobago House of Assembly has started that process.
We have begun a review of the national curriculum with regards to early childhood education to determine the relevance and how the Tobago House of Assembly can ensure that it is relevant to the Tobago child. We have also begun physical upgrade of all centers in Tobago, and we have also been reviewing the teacher-student ratio to ensure that there's a balance across all these schools.
Mr. Cadet says the Assembly is awaiting feedback on a draft memorandum of understanding is submitted to the Ministry of Education. I'm Umadara Mills for InfoUpdate.
That's it from all of us at the Department of Information. I'm Lois Vincent and you've been listening to InfoUpdate.